All right, it's the rundown. It is August 29th. It is brought to you by Movement Watches. MVMT.com/rundown. Click on that link. What do you get? You get 15% off, free shipping, free returns. Movement watches start at $95. Department store, you're looking at $400 to $500. Now is the time to step up your watch game. Join Movement today. Do we have any ad people up here? They probably spy on us downstairs anyways.
They do.
So if you're watching this on the TV downstairs, I need a watch. I need a Movement watch. So get me one, and I'll explain. I forgot I had this on.
It's another mole?
No, worse. He's a gross old man who's falling apart.
No, I've told you, my hands and my forearms, they just go numb. Like, I just lose all feeling.
Yeah.
So
You got a bad ticker.
yeah, so they did a biopsy. They just cut skin off, and I got electrocuted.
If you're getting skin biopsies, then I think it's hard to argue the rumors that you're falling apart.
They also shocked me for an hour straight.
Yeah, I mean,
they
skin biopsies are definitely...
Electrotherapy,
don't
skin
give
biopsies, your noodle, you have teeth falling out of your head.
Skin
you're
biopsies
falling
to old
apart.
women who they're trying to figure out what's wrong with them.
You're a 41-year-old
They
man.
literally shocked me for an hour straight. Speaking of falling
He's
apart.
got the blood again in this fucking...
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Well, that's a Vegas thing.
Yeah. No, I don't have the blood. There was traces. You can't see it.
That video, by the way, of that guy of our post-fight,
Yeah.
I remember vividly being like, "All right, they're about to take video. You're really fucking drunk. If you open your stupid fat mouth, you're only gonna slur." And for the first 5 seconds, being really good, I'm not talking, and then just jumping in and be like, "Let's sing the song."
I would have enjoyed if they had let him get knocked down. Me too. I think it was stopped a little bit early. Perfect stop.
Just let us know when you want to go in the
perfect stop.
Let us know you want to go in the song.
I want you guys to take it. You're the
Say it.
The guy, I don't know if you remember, the guy who filmed it just had enough.
Yeah.
He was filming, he just we
he
were
just
still
kinda
in the
walked
middle
away.
of it. He just handed the camera and walked away.
He's
He's
so
like,
bad.
I'm done with
It was
this
so
shit.
bad.
Also, speaking of falling apart, did you know, I think this is the weirdest fact we've heard. Where's Coley?
Oh,
Come over.
I heard that. You missing a tooth?
No, yeah, but the
His whole
reason...
family?
Yeah. His
My father's side.
His
His father, him,
Just
and
doesn't
his
grow
aunt.
that
They
tooth?
just
Yeah.
don't
They just
grow
That's
one-
actually kind of badass.
one fang.
Show the tooth?
It's like a cool, that's like a cool.
So
that's
it
a
can't
cool,
be true, can it?
Yeah.
You
No.
can have a
It's
hereditary.
hereditary.
they don't
It's
grow
kind of like how your
That can't be true.
My mom works at orthodontist, and it's very much true.
yeah.
So Rhea's
It's kind of
confirming it.
like your family goes bald, we don't get a tooth.
Yeah, but a million families go bald. I've never heard.
Yeah, I mean,
one.
in terms of genetics, it would be better if you're oh yeah, the entire Mick family knows how to dunk, but
Well, we are
tooth is,
we are a
kinda
tall
cool.
people.
Yeah,
yes.
right. Right, but you know what I mean?
My one
there's
toe's longer than my other.
there's
so
definitely
whatever.
you're
Teeth
oh yeah,
falling
we
out
all
of your
have
head.
this weird,
It happened fucking
Not the best.
14 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think
Right.
it's that. I think that's
Wow.
kind of cool.
I just think it's crazy. To
Yeah.
the point, even though Rhea's confirming, I still don't believe it.
Yeah, I wish someone
might be-
else had confirmed, but
Yeah.
thank you, Rhea.
Rhea's
no.
the quickest confirmer in the
confirms.
office.
Hey, she
Like,
backed you
doesn't
up.
matter what you're talking about. She's like,
Ready to
yes,
confirm.
true, cracked eggs.
Yeah, I was about to
everything."
say, yeah, she backed you up on radio. She's got me here. Yeah.
What'd she back? She backed up the cracked
Cracked
eggs.
eggs, yeah. Cracked eggs and teeth. It's Rhea's.
Do you know what cracked eggs are?
What?
When you're doing a massage?
Yeah, crack an egg over your head, let
Yeah.
the yolk roll down.
Yeah, no one in Vegas knew what that was.
What?
Yeah. Anyways, Matt Stafford, huge money.
Dave wants to be a masseuse, by the way. He took a
No,
masseuse
no.
class. He took a masseuse class.
This
to learn.
started, we had this Mighty Mouse guy who's MMA guy, according to Robbie, who says everybody who talks to him is the best pound for pound fighter. And he's a midget, basically. I'm like,
I love the pound for pound thing too, because every weight class
You
can
can
be the
say
best
that,
pound for
yeah.
pound fighter. 'Cause they can never fight each
called
other.
30 different fighters.
Yeah, because they can never fight each other.
And I was like, I'd love to have that skill. Like, you can just go in bars, pick fights, and kill people. Like, whether singing in college, I wanted to be able to give, sick massages. I thought that was a good skill. So I took,
That
a
was
massage
definitely
class.
a way to hook up with chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not hook up, but, have in your
Yeah,
back
just
pocket.
I give sick massages.
Yeah, right. And it ended up
That's a creepy line to drop
the
to
only,
people.
the only thing I can do is crack eggs. So,
I can't think of anything worse than having to give someone else a massage.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're good at it, that chick. It's
sucks.
all right, yeah, you get to rub her, but it's like you have to fucking give her a
rubbing
massage
leads
all
to
the time.
sex 1,000% of the time.
Of course. But you got rubbed for like a really.
And then once you
No,
had
not if
sex,
you know
every
what you're
single, all right,
doing.
so you had sex with her, and then it's like the next day you have to give her another massage, and
Well,
the next day,
maybe
and
you
another,
just
and
have
the next
sex
day,
with a
and the next day.
different random girl that you use the same line on. Whatever. I don't know how to
So
do
you're just
it.
gonna be a masseuse and just fuck the girls who hire you.
We're talking my college days, and the only thing I said I could do is crack an egg. That's it, which everybody can do, and you didn't even know what it was. You thought it meant something different.
Well, they look at me and they go, Hank is cracking eggs on.
Okay, well
What do you
then
think
that's
that
weird.
means? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ah, and he's like smirking at me. I was like, I don't know. I think I can take a guess of what's going on here. It was awkward as fuck.
Matt
He set me up.
Oh man.
He set me up.
Matt Stafford got a big contract, huge. Well, Dan, what do you think of contract?
Lions fans are going to get upset. I'm going to let them just go through the whole Matt Stafford getting a huge contract and then 5 years from now being like, shit, that was probably a mistake.
I wonder
because
what-
I went through the
What
exact
did
same
Detroit-
thing with Jay
Detroit Don
Cutler.
say?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it's like I was excited when Jay Cutler got his big contract, so I'm not going to shit on them. I'm not going to rain on their parade. I want them to enjoy what they think is going to be a worthwhile contract.
so that is the
I'll
vibe?
see you on the other side.
are
I'll see you on the
Lions
other side.
fans like,
Lions
yeah?
fans are very much like Bears fans in the fact that like we've never had a quarterback, and this guy's the best quarterback we've ever had. And even if he's not like, you know, a top 5 quarterback, he's the best we've ever had. So you got to pay him, which I understand. Like, what do you do? What do the Lions do in that situation? You can't let Matt Stafford
Better than
walk.
Kramer?
You can't let him walk.
I don't know what you do.
You can't. They're stuck.
Well,
this is what the NFL
yes.
is. If you have a guy who is between 7 and 15 in terms of quarterback rankings, you're gonna have to pay him top dollar because the alternative is letting him walk and starting all over again.
Yeah,
it's an impossible situation.
That's the problem.
And we're not talking about the Lions who are like, we're on the precipice of a Super Bowl. We need to get over the top. We're talking about a team who's trying to just make it back to relevance.
never been
in
to a
way.
Super
Like,
Bowl.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, you guys can laugh at this kind of shit, but like coming from my position,
Right, you
I'm
have
like,
to pay.
I would, you know.
I
have
wasn't
to-
necessarily laughing. I'm going to get into this in a second. I know I commented on the win. The card has never blown. There is a strong breeze. Like, look at this.
Well, they fixed the air.
How
conditioner.
long?
It was
What were the
broken for like
details?
9
Does
months.
someone have the details of how many years they were guaranteed? Because that's basically the whole thing.
Yeah, because
the
they
Cutler
can-
deal was a 3-year contract, and you paid him a lot of. I mean, it was reported as 7, but it was a 3-year contract. So as long as it's not more than like 3-4 years guaranteed, then you have to
Well,
pay
it was,
Matt
it
Stafford.
was only 5 total. So you
So yeah,
imagine
you
only
have
3
to
or 4
pay him.
guaranteed.
And I guess the question is to Lions fans, what's considered a success of this contract? Does Matt Stafford takes you to one NFC Championship game? But I don't think that's happening. So I don't know. We'll see it at the end of the contract, and it's probably gonna be like, what are you gonna do?
It reminded me, and I agree with you. I don't necessarily know the answer, but it reminds me of these NBA contracts at this point. Like it's you pay a guy a ton of money to like kind of ensure maybe slightly above mediocrity.
Right,
Like you're not going to win,
But you have to, like, I think the Lions know that. I don't think the Lions are like, we're going to the Super Bowl right now. I think they're like, we need to be above mediocre before we can even think about the NFC
Right, but
Championship
you
game,
see-
and before we can ever think about a Super Bowl.
You see what the kind of the recipe to winning Super Bowls has been in the last basically decade. It's either you're the Patriots or you're a team who like a Russell Wilson where you
get lucky kind of on a late round pick, or
you invest in your defense. The Ravens won before they paid Joe Flacco the big money. I'm trying to think who else has won
Yeah,
Super Bowls.
I agree.
Like-
You don't teams like this. That's what I'm saying. You don't generally win by starting with the quarterback
Right.
ahead of the rest of the
Correct,
team.
correct.
So that's where it's like Stafford could win a Super Bowl if he
Right.
was like. I don't think he's
Right,
like
if
awful.
he was on a cheap contract and the defense was good, Matt Stafford could carry you could be a piece of a Super Bowl team. But having limited resources elsewhere because you had to pay
Right.
Matt Stafford,
Right. That's where.
But again, there is no solution. Like even after the Jay Cutler deal ended, like I would still do it again because what was the alternative? What was it?
What we
There
got?
was none.
So 60 is fully guaranteed at signing, and 86 in March of 2018 is guaranteed. After
So-
that, it's like up in the air.
So it's
After-
only 1 year.
So he gets 60 million like when he signs. Like,
Right. But
Right,
then
and then
after
86?
2018, they can basically walk
I
away
think
from him.
I think then they can walk away.
I mean, then it's a
So
smart
then it's
deal.
just a massive,
Then if
like,
it's
2-year deal,
yeah, if
1-year
it's
deal.
year by year after that, then it's a smart deal.
Yeah, it's practically a 3-year commitment, and then likely
Yeah.
at least.
So
40.
it's basically the same as the Jay Cutler deal, where after 3 years, if you don't see success, you can let
The
you walk away.
entire NFL is biding time until you get lucky with a quarterback.
Correct.
Well,
And it's
But-
either going to be a
but-
late round pick like
but
Brady or
it's
Russell
not-
Wilson, or you hope for like an Andrew Luck situation, which that might not even work out. But other than that, what do you do?
But it's not necessarily just lucky with the quarterback. Like that's one aspect of it. And we talked about it earlier. Like if you have a very good quarterback, you're good. Like Roethlisberger, Brady, Manning. It doesn't matter who's around them. They're so good in the NFL. They make their teams good. But the other way to do is your franchise is good. The Lions have a bad franchise generally, and it's like you can't just pay your quarterback.
You can't miss on drafts. That's really what it comes down to, and that's why. I mean, like you look at why the Bears have been so bad. They miss on drafts. If you miss on consecutive drafts and you don't have that under 25 cost-controlled talent, you're nothing.
Fucked. Yeah.
This Parrot. So a guy who killed who?
The wife killed the husband
The wife killed the husband.
because the parrot.
The parrot
snitched. Yeah.
And that's how convicted was repeating like, no, don't shoot. No, don't shoot. No, don't shoot. It's not funny, Kevin.
It's very funny.
It's a murder.
Is it America?
But it's
Where in America?
through a parrot.
Guess who blogged it?
Francis.
Francis. Good. Yeah. He loves dark
It's a
shit.
This guy's an
Weird
idiot,
dark-
though, right? A
Gotta kill the parrot.
No, well, a parrot's a live mic. It's got to be treated the same exact way.
Yeah, or kill the parrot.
Yeah.
You just don't have a parrot.
Well, yeah, bird people are weird.
Acceptable pets
Correct.
are dog, and I will tolerate cat, although I personally don't like it. Other than that, I'm out.
I take a parrot way ahead of a cat.
No. You would rather have an exotic bird?
man.
Imagine walking to my house and I slap a massage on you with the parrot.
Oh,
it's like
Jesus
this
Christ.
guy's like fucking crazy wild
But
cat.
even a cat,
suck.
you can pet a cat. What the fuck can you do with a parrot besides look at it?
Talk
No,
to it,
it's a parlor trick.
I mean, that's a terrible part.
Again, what is this? Are you trying to pick up chicks with this parrot? Like, what is
Hold on.
It's just like people.
Hold
who
on,
call
hold
them,
on.
like, ferrets,
No.
Parrots,
No, no.
Iguanas,
snakes,
No,
snakes,
no, totally
gerbils,
different.
they-
No.
all of the dog
I
animals,
want you.
you're out.
I want you to give an honest answer to what I'm about to ask you right now.
Okay, here we go.
If there was a parrot in here and you could talk to it and mimic back you wouldn't be remotely entertained for a little bit?
I would say for a very brief period of time. To the point that I would live with one? Absolutely not.
Oh, I'd be entertained. There's two different things here.
So
I'd
it's
be
a parlor
entertained
trick.
by a parrot,
It's a parlor trick.
but I wouldn't want to fucking like keep that parrot
what about
alive.
half the
That's
other
a lot.
time where it's just squawking and
Yeah.
annoying and it's just sitting in a
Shitting
cage
and just
shit.
weird.
Does it do
smell
that?
bad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How do you know? What are you, a parrot expert?
What are you, a parrot expert?
I know it parrots people. That's how it got its name.
I think that they probably also just squawk like a fucking
What
regular
came
bird.
first?
Also, you don't
The
you don't-
word
you
or
don't cage your songbird.
chicken or
Dave.
the egg?
You ever heard that?
Yeah, you don't cage your son.
My
Right.
guess
Why are you
would
putting a
be
parrot in a cage?
The bird came first.
Of what?
Chicken or the egg.
Chicken and the egg. What?
The
name
name
parrot.
Like your parrot, like your,
I would say the bird probably came first.
Okay.
Adam and
Let's
Eve-
look that up,
Didn't
though.
Adam and Eve like name all those animals?
Did they?
well,
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, God did.
They're like, that's a snake, that's an apple, that's a parrot.
Dominos Delivery. They're coming up with this new system. They're trying out. They're testing it. At first, when I saw it, it's like I thought the cars are being driven by like computers, but it sounds like someone drives the car, and then they want you to come out of the house and take the pizza out of the car. It's in like an oven in the pizza. So they're basically testing whether people care about having a delivery person knock on the door versus you walk out in the driveway and take it out of a heat. Clem, who blogged it, was all in on this. He's like, I don't want to talk to people, so I like that idea.
Clem wants to get up off the couch and walk out of the house.
Seems preposterous.
Well, you got to get up anyway. You get to the door,
Barely,
right?
well, all right, yeah.
Do you have to
What
put
about
on,
when
you're
it's
up,
raining?
you're up.
What about
Put
when
on
it's cold?
clothes.
One of the best things is when it's the winter and it's cold and it's raining and all that shit. You get delivery. You don't have to go
I
out
don't
of
know.
your house at all.
I'm kind of
not
on
trying to
Clem-
leave the house for delivery
I'm
at
kind of
all.
on Clem's side with the human interaction thing. Like, just dealing with humans, kind of like it's like Uber. If Uber comes up with this, I will always drive in a robot car over having to deal with that awkward, like,
that's
is this
different,
guy
though.
going to try to talk to
How-
me? Do I have to talk back to him? Like,
How long and awkward can the interaction with the delivery man be?
I don't know. It's like,
when I lived in Abington, I stopped ordering Papagenos because an old guy delivered it, and I felt awful for him. It's like
Yeah.
I would be tipping him like $100. He was like 75 years old. It's like, this guy's delivering fucking Papagenos at
It's kind of
75.
annoying.
He
had that-
guilted me to death when I ate
robots,
pizza.
robots.
Having
over
said
everything.
that, I wouldn't want to, like, if it's cold out, I gotta put like clothes on and go
Yeah, but
out.
then
I had a
pizza's
Chinese delivery
piping
man.
hot.
I had a Chinese delivery man like collapse at my door once. He like
Yeah,
fell
I remember
over.
that. I remember that.
I didn't like that at all. But if I had to
See?
leave my
See?
house,
Football
See?
game's
What about-
on, you
what
gotta like walk, you pause it.
what
I don't
about
know.
you live in like an apartment building?
Go
You're
down
gonna get on the elevator? Go outside? No, sir.
Yeah, that changes it. The apartment thing does change it. I would not walk all the way outside my apartment to the door.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to let Domino's get credit for it. So they're like revolutionizing the game by just being like, you come out to our
We
car.
have robots.
I
They
wasn't
have-
sure at first if it was to protect the driver. I feel like there's more drivers getting assaulted type thing.
I thought for sure there was
Street
robot
talk.
cars.
Like Jake Logan or Logan Paul, he assaulted a pizza guy.
Jake
like,
Paul?
Jake Paul.
Like, yeah.
Where's the Logan coming from? Jake Paul?
There you go. Logan's
Logan
brother.
is his brother.
Yeah. So like those
Good
guys,
job, Pat.
those guys are the ones like who make the pizza
Yeah.
delivery guy cry
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he delivers the pizza.
Yeah, they
like,
smear a pizza in his face and give him a wedgie and then kick him to his car.
So this was just
Like,
to
we're not
protect
paying
them.
you.
Could be,
Yeah.
could be just another Logan Paul thing. DraftKings, use the promo code Rundown. We have been advertising this despite Lewis was up both your ass, Dan, and my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Being like, you guys didn't do the ads. It's like, yeah, we did. He's like, no, you didn't. I told Lewis to fuck off like 10 times this weekend.
Yeah, he was hot. He was hot. Right, I came out of the fight and he was just like, is there any reason when you're asked to do an ad that you don't do it? And I was like, I've always done every single ad ever asked of me. And then there was just silence. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, thank you. Because he found it.
He came in today. He didn't see it. He's like, I just had to cool my brain
I
down.
actually came off the elevator. He had come up the steps, and I saw the look on his face.
Oh,
you
man.
know when Lou's about to go, and he leans around me and looks in your office and goes, well, look, if it isn't Joe, cool. I was like, let's go!
Anyways, DraftKings, just to settle Lewis down and get him off our back, sign up for this fucking thing. Code Rundown. You get a free entry. It's a $100,000 week 1 contest. I saw them advertise this. I don't know what I was watching. And they took the biggest shot DraftKings did at the Cleveland Browns. They're like, it's free to enter. It's fun to watch even when the games are out of control. How do you win? Just pick everybody who's playing the Browns. That was literally like what their ad
That's a
said.
smart strategy, though.
Free entry.
I would argue the Jets.
Into,
Yeah,
for
the
sure,
Jets,
the Jets. A $100,000 week 1 contest. If you draft the perfect lineup, you get $1 billion. That's a lot of money. $1 billion. But even if you don't do that, they're still giving $100,000 in prizes. No reason not to enter. Please use the code Barstool.
No,
Rundown. Use the code Rundown. So you enter, we get credit. Lewis gets off our back. It's a win-win for everybody. Again, the promo code Rundown to enter. The link is below. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. So enter the $1 billion contest week 1.
Good ad. You did that ad very well.
Thank you. I saw this picture. It has to be talked about. Russell Wilson's outfit to the fight. Although I don't think he was
No,
at
he wasn't
the
at the fight. He
We-
was like a
It was,
watch
it was
party.
fight night, but
watch
it was not
party.
at the fight, yeah.
Going thug on us, but not really. First of all, the TMT shit is crazy. I think I get it, and sort of ironically, Rapport, I don't know if he gets it ironically, but like Russell Wilson, for like a strong God guy and a strong like religious guy to go TMT.
Right, you'd think Russell Wilson would be like, I don't condone fighting.
Yeah.
Like,
you know
in
who
general.
hates it?
God doesn't like
And I
violence.
know you're friends with her. I watch her on PMT, like Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
She hates
Well, she
me.
got
Well,
I mean,
that
they
was
got
her.
in like a public fight
Yeah.
because like
She asked the question.
Floyd Mayweather like won't let you ask that ask
Yeah.
a question like, is it like, can we talk about the fact that you like beat women? He won't let you ask that,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. But when we were in Vegas all weekend, like when people are just walking around
it's
with
awesome.
like money team. I don't know who said it. I think it was Robbie said it. He's like, the way the money team rocks, every guy you see, you're like, that could be the money. Like he could actually be like Floyd's like best friend.
Money team.
I actually saw Floyd's manager just walking around MGM Grand and like people just yelling hard work at him. And just dedication. It's like they just roll around.
Yeah, no.
So-
The TMT is one of the best.
It's tough not to like.
It sucks that he has that-
You can separate. Like, all right, I don't like him. I don't condone what he does, but it's a fucking great slogan and a great.
I just
great
love
merch,
singing
and
the
it's cool.
McGregor song.
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
song was so much fun to sing.
We said it yesterday as well. The fact that he's legitimately like a bad dude in a weird way lends credibility to the whole. It's like
He's a
it's
real-life
old
villain.
school
Yeah,
Raiders.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like this
right.
is like a bad.
It's like a
scene,
WWF
but
villain,
really
except
like
it's real life.
Yeah, and the logo's cool and everything they do is cool and the money thing's like outrageous, but it's kind of cool and it's just. But it's bad. But it's bad.
But even to the point that Russell Wilson's like,
What?
kind of cool.
Would
I
you
mean,
say-
he was doing the. He looked
yeah, he like threw up
ridiculous.
like gang signs.
Would
you
you
say-
like 20 years late?
What was it like when we do?
Ridiculous.
Those were just made up gang signs, I'm sure.
I thought of this on Sunday. I think the biggest mistake Barstool's ever made is not having you, Dave, co-op the money team a little earlier and have the 50-0 shirts on deck to sell. So sell 49 and 1 and 50-0.
Money never
Just an
sleeps.
ultimate getting them on both sides.
You talked about it.
I
think
so
that would have been
stupid.
more like PR. Do you think our crowd would buy the 50-0?
I think so. I think you could. Yeah.
I mean, I love the slogan. Money
Yeah,
never
I think
sleeps.
there's definitely a lot
50-0.
of money team out there. Yeah.
Yeah,
It just was. I didn't even think about it.
Money never sleeps.
Well, I didn't think about it because
Thinking about the 50-0.
I saw 49 and 1 the whole time, but I didn't my stupid brain wasn't like, oh, the reverse of that is pretty damn cool. 50 and 0.
And that hat's awesome.
Yeah.
It's such a, again, it is villainous wearing it. TMT's a villainous thing, but I mean, Rapport, of all of them, Rapport's he too, another guy. It's not a good, and Rapport said on the radio, you were there, he's like, yeah, he's top 50 scumbag, but we're wearing his hat.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Sticking with a little, oh, no, we did that. Sticking with this came up. Question, LeBron versus McGregor. LeBron has 2 months to train. Who wins that fight?
LeBron.
Too big.
It's way too big.
I agree.
Way too big.
But let's say LeBron's
What's the reach?
The reach is the problem. The height is really the problem more so than the weight.
I agree.
Everything's a problem.
I agree.
It's all a problem.
What if LeBron's 6'5"?
Wait,
pick
what
a
if
smaller
McGregor's
guard.
6'4"?
Yeah.
What is the?
No, because you
Well,
weren't
'cause-
sold on this. You didn't answer LeBron, did you?
It's LeBron.
I mean, I
easily.
ultimately,
It's LeBron
my
easily.
instinct was to say McGregor before realizing that.
Why would
LeBron's the best
Difference.
athlete alive, and he's 150 pounds heavier than.
And he's
He's like
1
130
foot taller.
pounds heavier than McGregor. He's a 1 foot taller.
Who was
that would be the
arguing this?
easiest fight in the world.
Caleb.
I don't even think you need to train.
Caleb was saying had McGregor.
No.
I agree,
No.
LeBron, and I
But
hate
where
LeBron.
at what point does McGregor just being a fucking guy who can throw punches and fight? Where's the height and weight difference?
I think it's.
not
I think when
exceed?
you're within you got to be within 50 pounds of the guy.
Yeah.
50 plus pounds. If you're talking about a real athlete,
What, 50 pounds and 6 inches?
Yeah, I mean that's just so much more to knock out. So much more to and just the punch strength.
I mean, again, it goes back to his all-time moment when you said you'd trade
Still
punches
think
with
so.
Mayweather
Still
and
think so.
Mayweather would fall first.
Mayweather's 145.
Maybe
so
you can
what?
get him to do that. I mean, if there's enough money in it, he'll do anything.
I want it counting against his official record though.
Fair.
That's the only way I'll do it.
Fair. That's the entire rundown. I don't know. I talked about the CNBC article. I don't know if you have any takes on that.
Yeah, I mean, I told you last night I didn't think it needed a response, but because it kind of puts everyone in an awkward spot. The article was, I don't know, it was a weird article to just come out of nowhere. I get kind of.
By the way, I took that article as a positive thing.
Yeah, and I didn't take it the same way that I feel like you did, Dave, where it's they're basically saying that Barstool sinks if Pardon My Take is gone. I think what they were saying was there are now ways for people to go independent because they base it off all the crooked media guys. So they were basically talent flight's obviously an issue, but and now it's not just talent flight to other to ESPN or Fox. It's that people can go out on their own. But at the end of the day, I think we could have just been yeah, I mean that's fine, but I have a long-term contract. I share the same vision. Nothing's you know what I mean, that, and then it would be over with. Not
The
having to,
crooked media, I don't think, is really a fair example, to be honest.
Well, it is
him to
because
use.
they were with Ringer for a little bit, and then they went.
Yeah, but that guy
independent.
was the Favreau guy was famous before he went there.
Yeah, but the parallel is that they started a podcast for the Ringer.
Right.
That's where he became this is a podcast that
right.
works. So
but I
they
mean,
had,
he was an Obama speechwriter,
Right.
wasn't he? The
Yeah,
lead
I,
guy.
I think that guy had a lot of resources and
did.
whatnot to make this venture on
But
his
he
own.
had a lot more once he had done it with the Ringer for a little bit. So
Yeah.
I think that's what the guy's main point, I think, was that there are now ways for people to make money independently that weren't there 15 years ago. So that probably increases the risk of talent flight. But at the end of the day, like you said on the radio, I have a long-term contract. I'm not going anywhere. And we could have just been and that's it.
Yeah, my thing is, I think that is a common. It's common in more traditional media that his theory is I don't think that guy knows exactly what is under the hood here.
But see, I didn't think he was. I think the only reason he picked out us, Pardon My Take, was because it was the most similar to the crooked media thing. The whole article was based on that was kind of the premise behind it. He's we polled to see what the next big thing is, and then looking at what could possibly be some, and it's not crazy to say that talent flight is obviously for any startup company, whether it's us, whether it's another like The Ringer, whether it's even a fucking web startup. Talent, you are as talented as the people that you have.
Correct. Yes.
So I think that I didn't take it. I mean, obviously I'm looking at it a different way, but I did not think of it as like he was basically saying like if Pardon My Take leaves, Barstool's fucked.
Oh, I took it that way. I mean,
I
I took it both. I took it like, again, he was saying it like the inherent premise of what he said to me, it doesn't make any sense. I said that to you yesterday. You can't be like talent flight on two. You can't say somebody's poised to be like, the two conversations don't go together. We can't be poised to be the next ESPN, but
well, I think
like
he did the poised
people,
to be the next ESPN for clickbait, because at the end of the article he's like, haha, just kidding, like ESPN's got a 40-year head start.
Oh yeah.
Like, so he like basically
need
pulled
a
the rug out at the
$1
end.
We need a $1 billion
Right,
investment.
so that was a clickbait thing.
Right.
That's what I told you last night. I was like, I think this guy's just like, he's looking for this kind of reaction, and he's probably the page views that were probably off the charts for this stupid article that he wrote that wasn't even, he didn't put any thought into it.
Oh, I didn't think he was like, I don't think he would have anticipated I'd respond to that. Like I don't think that was like an obvious me respond article.
I think the way he wrote the headline and the way he was tweeting it, it was pretty obvious to me that he was looking for a response. But yeah, I mean, it just makes it kind of awkward. So I don't know, like I'm in an awkward spot. Like.
Oh, I didn't think it was awkward at all. Like,
well,
in
it
that
makes
respect.
it awkward when you like list everyone that you think is talented and you leave some people off.
That
and
people
like,
gotta grow up. What am I?
but it is. It's an awkward. I mean, like I'm telling you just the truth. Like I'm not saying you did it intentionally. I'm just telling you it is anytime these kind of articles come out, when they're like, oh, they try to make a divide, it's always awkward. Like I don't know what to say, because it's like I can't say it enough. I'm at Barstool. I have a long contract. I share the vision. This is like the best place in the world for me to work. I've said it probably 1 million times. So when these come up, it's like, all right,
Wait,
well,
do you
we gotta
think it was
do
awkward
again.
for you or the people I left off the list?
I think it was also awkward for me and for people who left off the list. It was awkward for everyone.
Oh, I see. I didn't feel.
Whenever
You
the
think it was
boss
awkward?
like gets a big like ranking everything and like
This
being
is always
like,
I wasn't
It's
really
always
fucking
awkward.
ranking anybody.
no, but not ranking. You know what I mean? Like whenever like that article has to be said, like it's awkward. I think it's awkward.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get over it. I'm already like, it's not a big deal. It's momentarily awkward. So.
All right. Anything else?
But it's all good. The fact that we're even in the same breath as ESPN is like wild. That's where the good part comes in.
Yeah, I mean,
That's where it's like,
that-
this
I
is
took that to be
crazy,
a
the
positive.
growth we've had.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is like, it's
But
insane.
CNBC is like they are in the best position to be the next giant media, blah, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
We need $1 billion.
But like we haven't,
Yeah,
like
but
think
the
about
fact
where
that
we
that's even
were.
being mentioned.
Think about the rundown we would have done 3 years ago. Like all of us sitting in our separate spots, and then to have an article being like, "Oh, these guys could be the next ESPN." I'm like, what? That's
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
they're wrong, but
Yeah,
the
but
fact that
it's
they're writing the
still
article is
insane.
good. Yeah.
Like it's insane to think of how far we've come.
Right.
So,
All right.
all right.